Hey Throners, it's Azora Hype here with another Game of Thrones Season 7 video, and today I will be giving my breakdown for the preview trailer for Episode 3 of Season 7, The Queen's Justice. Please make sure you click on that subscribe button to become a member of the Azora Hype family, and click that notification bell to stay up to date with my daily videos for Game of Thrones Season 7. Game of Thrones wowed us with another amazing episode this season with an epic sea battle with Euron Greyjoy and the return of Hot Pie and Arya's direwolf Nymeria. The preview for next week's episode, The Queen's Justice, doesn't disappoint, teasing some absolutely huge plot reveals. Let's talk about Dany's dragons first. We've seen how large they have become, and we heard Davos and Jon speak to the importance of having this tool fire on a larger scale. Dragonglass is a great weapon to fight the White Walkers and the Night King's army, but the dragons may be the apex predator, the one who gives them a fighting chance and balance out in this battle. They aren't Daenerys' children anymore, they are fully grown, or at least very close to it, and Tyrion's battle plans to use the Dornish army and the Tyrell's army went up in flames and into the sea because of Euron Greyjoy. This will force her to take to the skies and use Plan B with the Dothraki and the dragons. The last time we saw dragons do some real damage was in Episode 9 of Season 6, the Battle of the Bastards, and they completely dismantled the Slavers' fleet, sinking them at sea, and I believe in the first trailer of the season, we saw the Field of Fire 2.0. This is where the Lannister and Tarly forces will get decimated by the dragons in open combat. We do know that Qyburn has made a weapon that killed a dragon before, and it's called a Scorpion. It actually killed Meraxes in the Dornish War, and it actually hit Meraxes right through the eye. But let's be honest, Drogon can zigzag better than Rickon, so I expect he will dodge any harm. But it does depend on how many of these they make and who is using them. But my prediction is that Qyburn's plan won't work and Daenerys will win this time, making them 1-for-1 in battles won this season. Speaking of Euron Greyjoy, it looks as if he's made a speedy return to King's Landing with some gifts for Cersei Lannister in Illyria Sand, Tyene Sand, and Yara Greyjoy. Yara may be the spoils of war, which is our episode title for Episode 4 of Season 7, but I do believe Cersei will get some revenge for the death of Myrcella at the hands of Illyria. Euron has made a significant impact this season, already fracturing Cersei's forces and making it more difficult to conquer Westeros, but as we know in A Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire, things are never that easy. Giving Cersei, Illyria, and Tyene will get Euron closer to his goal of glory in becoming the King of Westeros. But will it be enough to gain her trust? Because Cersei is becoming paranoid, more like Aerys Targaryen did as he descended into madness. And I expect because she is at war and because of the presence of Jaime Lannister still by her side, she may be still reluctant to grant him that wish. However, I predict it will get to the point where Jaime and Cersei aren't agreeing on things anymore because Cersei is ignorant and mad, and perhaps Euron can swoop in with his charismatic attitude. The next thing we have to focus on is another battle. Back-to-back episodes with massive battles, and it will be at the location that we haven't seen before in Casterly Rock. We have to remember that Tyrion fixed the sewer system in Casterly Rock when he was younger, just like Jaehaerys did in King's Landing, and Casterly Rock will be attacked on two fronts by scaling it and by a Trojan horse-like maneuver by coming up through the sewers. This sneak attack will surprise the Lannister forces and give the Unsullied the edge they need to take the castle. However, I believe that Grey Worm will die in the battle, as his sex scene and intimate moment with Missandei is essentially the kiss of death. It's also possible that Cersei will split up her forces much like Daenerys did. She knows that Highgarden and Dorne's forces are separated, so she may decide to sack Highgarden now, as it is the perfect opportunity to take advantage of Tyrion and Dany's decision to bring the Iron Fleet back to Dorne. After all, this episode is titled The Queen's Justice, and Cersei could end up getting Jaime to kill Olenna for being involved in Joffrey's murder. Following Jon's decision to travel to Dragonstone and meet with Dany, the king in the north declared his sister Sansa, the last Stark in the north at the moment, the interim queen until he returns. She looks pretty upset in this moment in the trailer, so it's possible she will have to hand out some swift justice of her own to Littlefinger if he proposes she betrays Jon. But if she's by the weirwood tree, it could be that she is just thinking about Ned Stark. We saw Jon have his own touching moment with Ned's statue, and I expect each one of the Stark siblings, because yes, they will all be back in Winterfell, will experience a moment of mourning for Ned. There really hasn't been time to do that, to breathe, to be home, and be safe because Westeros is so dangerous, but I believe she will be returning back to her roots when Bran returns to Winterfell. It's also possible that Sansa, Arya, and Bran are all meeting together. I don't know if we get that spoiled in this episode, but hey, a man can dream. And finally, the moment that everyone has been waiting for, the King in the North, Jon Snow, meeting with the Dragon Queen, Daenerys Targaryen. Wow, I'm super excited for this to go down. Ice and Fire truly meeting in the flesh to talk about the real problem that is about to befall Westeros, the Long Night and the Night King. I'm wondering who will be more love-struck by who. We know that Jon is more focused on the task at hand in the north, and we know that Daenerys said that she will be looking to marry and form alliances in Westeros. So I'm going to say that I believe, yes, Daenerys will ask him to bend the knee, but she will respect him more than he respects her. Jon has grown so much, and he's already had his kill the boy, let the man born be moment, and I'm not sure if Daenerys has had that yet, even though she's still seen growth as a person. If Daenerys asks Jon to bend the knee, I absolutely think he will do it if she offers her dragons. Jon doesn't care about anything else other than the safety of his people. That's what a real king cares about, the small folk and the real problems ahead of them. But it's possible that he sees that Daenerys is not on the same page as him, so he isn't ready to bend the knee. So my prediction is he won't bend the knee in this episode when we expect him to, but later on in the season where Daenerys has earned his respect. Then and there they will fall in love and the Song of Ice and Fire endgame will truly begin. But what do you think? Will Daenerys say yes to Jon mining the dragon glass on Dragonstone, and will Davos and Tyrion be able to let cooler heads prevail? Let me know your thoughts and predictions for interactions and the battles. Give me your top 3 predictions for this episode, The Queen's Justice. Let's create an epic discussion. If you enjoyed this video and want to help this channel spread like wildfire, you can click the like button and I will set a goal of 500 likes for this video. And please make sure you click on that subscribe button to become a member of the Azor Hype family and click that notification bell to stay up to date with my daily videos for Game of Thrones Season 7. Let's keep the hype going. If supporting the channel is something you're interested in and you want to become part of the hardcore members of the Azor Hype community, you can support me on Patreon. I have all sorts of cool rewards set up, including early access to my write-ups, videos, and some extra hype content. So thank you to all of you awesome patrons who help make what I do possible. Thank you so much for watching, and 7 blessings.
Fuck the king.
How much for your little clam?
It's